discuss about implementation and simulation of first in first out, that is a FIFO memory. Okay, so clicking on this virtual machine, it will launch virtual machine. Then click on file, new project, give your project name, any name you can give. So here I am giving the name as FIFO, and here we are using 16:8 memory, means memory size, one slot size is 8 and such 16 locations we are using. So 16:8 memory. What is the project name? Here top level source type is SDL, hardware description language. Click on next. Here a device family is Spartan 3, device name is XC3S400, then appropriate package name and speed and all other parameters same. Then click on next, finish. So here project name is there, FIFO 16:8 memory, and here this device Spartan package is there. Right click on this, click on new source, click on VSDL module, and here file name, that means entity name. So here I am giving the name of entity as FIFO. Click on next. Okay. Here architecture name is behavioral, and now here we have to specify the port, that is the input and output for FIFO memory. Okay, so first port name here, input data, that is the data in. So here I am giving data in. Then other port is clock signal is required. Then enable, reset is required, and W, that means write. Okay, and in output, data out and read. Okay, so data in is input port, actually it is a bus, so that's why I'm clicking here on bus MSB. Here we are using 16:8 memory, so memory size is 8, so here that's why 7 down to 0, here 7 down to 0. Then clock is input. Okay. Then enable is also input, reset is input, W, that means to write into the memory, so W is also input, data out is output. Okay, and data out is also a bus, so here same size you will get, that is 8-bit, so 7 down to 0. Okay, and read is a flag. When this 16:8 memory is full, then it will indicate that memory full, there is no space to enter the data into that memory. So to indicate that means red flag is there, so red is output. Okay, here it is data in. Click on next, click on finish. Okay. And here we have to write our program code. So here package declaration, here entity declaration, and here architecture declaration. Okay, so in architecture declaration we have to write logic of the program. So in program logic we are using the signal WPTR and RPTR. These are the two pointers which are used for writing and reading respectively. As standard logic vector, the size of this pointer is 3 down to 0, because here we are using 16 different locations, so 2 raised to power 4 is 16, and size of this pointer, these two signals WPTR and RPTR is 4, so that's why here we are using 3 down to 0. Okay. Here type FIFO is array, so here we are using this array 15 down to 0, that means 16 different locations we are using 16:8 FIFO memory, so that's why it is a 15 down to 0 of standard logic vector. 7 down to 0, that means this is a size of one location, that is 8, and such 16 locations we are using. So here we are using array of 15 down to 0. Signal memory, we have declared memory as a signal, and which is of the entity FIFO. Okay. Here then begin, and under this begin process statement is there. Inside process statement we declare sensitivity list. So clock signal and reset signal, these are the two signals, okay, which acts as a sensitivity list in this FIFO. Then begin, here if reset is equal to 1, okay, so initially we have to reset that memory. So reset is 1, that means reset is enabled. Reset is enabled, that means WPTR and RPTR values are 0, initializing that values. So both pointers values are zeros. And red is a flag which indicates the when memory is full, then red flag value is 1, otherwise the red flag value is 0. So here flag value is 0. Okay. Else if clock tick event and clock is equal to 1. Okay, first we have to reset this memory, then resetting, that means initializing WPTR RPTR value is 0, red flag is 0 because memory is empty, there is a space in memory, so red flag value is 0. And we require clock signal, so here clock tick event and clock is equal to 1. Then we have to enable this memory, resetting this memory, clock value is 1, then enabling. So in order to enable, value is 1, then only we will able to write into this first in first out memory. So if W is equal to 1, so this is used to write into the memory. Okay, in that write if WPTR is less than 1111, because this is the maximum value. Okay. And if here we are using 3 down to 0, so 4 is the maximum value. So if it is a less than 1111, then memory we have to convert this WPTR value. Okay, because this is a binary value, you have to convert this into integers. So that's why here we are using memory as the signal, convert integer is the function, and as we are using this convert integer function, so that's why we have to declare arithmetic library. Okay, so here we use IEEE standard logic arithmetic. Why we use arithmetic? Because here we have used this conversion integer. Okay, and that conversion integer WPTR value, so that is the value is data in. Okay, and then we have to increment this right pointer by 1. So this is for right operation. Now else red is 1 means red is a flag which indicates memory is full, so memory full warning it gives. And if else if RPTR right pointer is less than WPTR, if right pointer is less than WPTR, okay, then we can use this for read operation. So read is 0. Okay, read is 0, that means there is a space in memory and right pointer value is greater than read pointer. So here we can read the data. So data out equal to again memory convert integer RPTR. So whatever the value of the RPTR, so that RPTR value is converted and that will be displayed on data out. Again same way RPTR value is incremented by 1. Okay, and RPTR value reaches to maximum, that means all data is read from this memory, then read value is 0, so there is no data to read from the memory, which indicates memory empty warning. That means data out is all zeros. And if, then ending all ifs, end process statement, end behavioral modeling. Now you have to see the implementation of this FIFO memory. So click on this synthesize XST, view RTL schematic. So it shows block representation of FIFO memory, data in of size 8 bits 7 down to 0, which is the input, clock signal is also input, enable is also input, then reset signal and write signal, so all are input, whereas this data out 7 down to 0 8-bit size, which is output. Red is also output, which indicates memory full. Okay. So this is a block representation, that means implementation of FIFO memory. Then simulation we have to do. So click on simulation, ISIM simulator. Under ISIM simulator, click on simulate behavioral modeling. Okay, so it shows all this input and output signal. Initially no value is assigned to this signal, so first we have to enable this memory and then you have to reset this memory. So click on this enable signal, force constant value 1, apply, OK, then reset, force constant, force to value 1, apply, OK, then click on this run for a specified time. Okay, so it initialize the memory and it reset the memory. Now we have to adjust this window because this time in picosecond and we want time in microsecond. So here click on this, zoom out. Okay. Now initially from 0 microsecond to 1 microsecond, this WPTR and RPTR of size 4 having no value is assigned. Now after this reset and enable 1, it shows the initialized value is 0. Okay. Now we have to change the reset value to 0. If we keep the reset value 1 as it is, then every time it will reset the memory. Okay. So that's why we have to change the reset value to 0, force constant, force to value 0, apply, OK. Okay. Now we have to give clock signal. Okay, so click on clock. Here instead of force constant, click on force clock because we are giving input for clock signal. So clock having positive and negative edge, that means leading edge and trailing edge. So positive edge having always value 1, trailing edge negative edge having value 0. Duty cycle by default is 50%. Period, so here we are using this times microsecond, so 1 6 times 0 is the period for this clock. Apply, OK, run for a specific time. Okay, so it shows 50% of duty cycle for this clock. Okay, now we have to add data into memory. So for that purpose we have to enable this write signal, which is the input to the FIFO memory. Click on this write signal, force constant, enabling, that means changing its value to 1. Okay, here apply, OK. Now we have to give some data by using this data in. So click on this data in, force constant, we can give any value, any random value we can give, which is of size 8 bits. So here I am giving 4 times 1, 4 times 0, apply, open specified time, so it shows on the value. Then we can give another value, force constant, here I am giving 2 times 1, 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 2 times 0, apply, OK, run for a specific time. Then one more value, force constant, here I am giving 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, apply, OK, run for a specific time. So 3 values I have given. Such 16 values we can give because the memory size is 16 to 8, so 16 locations are available of size 8 bits. Now this is a FIFO memory. There is a difference between FIFO memory and random access memory. In random access memory, the required data can be retrieved randomly, but in FIFO memory we can retrieve data only in the order in which we have entered the data into the memory. Okay. So here we have entered these three data locations. Now we have to read this data from memory. So in order to read data from this memory, we have to disable this W signal, that is a write signal. So here force constant, change the W signal value to 0, apply, OK. Click on this run for specific time. Okay, that means here right from this step, reading the data from the memory. So just click here. Now it shows first value at data out, and it shows same value. We have entered first value as a 4 times 1, 4 times 0, and here at data out, that is a reading data from the memory, here 4 times 1, 4 times 0. If I click one more time here, then it shows second value, that is a 2 times 1, 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 2 times 0. Okay. Again, if I click here one more time, then it shows third value 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. That means this memory gives output data in the same order in which the data is entered into the memory. So by this way, the simulation of FIFO memory we can explain for 16:8 memory. And if these 16 locations are full, that means value of red flag is 1. Now here red flag value is 0, that means there is still some room available into the memory, because here only 3 locations are occupied, so only 3 values we have entered, so some more locations are available. But again the concept is same. This FIFO memory gives output in the same order by which the data is written into the memory.